Yo, what's up, it's Isco, and welcome to Madrid at the World Cup. And today we have none other than the England versus Croatia game, where England beat Croatia 4-2. And who else is scoring that third goal to put England ahead? Oh my goodness, Harry Kane, what a game from him. Marcus Rashford getting on the score sheet. But there you go! Bellingham! Jude! Who else than Jude Bellingham shushing everybody? That's why I'm even making this the first episode of Madrid at the World Cup, because I just want to speak about these players. I made a video about Kylian. It got removed. I don't know. I still don't know why. I should have made a video about Vinny, because the Real Madrid at the World Cup is eating. We got disappointed with Portugal and Ronaldo, unfortunately. But today, we're eating like Real Madrid. We're eating with Real Madrid, with Kiki, with Jude, and with Vinny. They need to return like this, because Jude Bellingham in that first half, even though he had a big miss, attacking-wise wasn't the greatest, English players weren't really finding Jude. They were really focusing on getting Harry Kane to play his best football and, getting his goals, which happened. Especially in that first half, I think they did great to find Harry Kane those opportunities, and they went into the second half being 2-2. But Jude Bellingham did exactly what he needed to do defensively in that first half, and overall in 79 minutes he scored one goal, sensational finish, one key pass, 5 out of 6 duels won, sensationally defensively. 3 out of 3 tackles won, 1 interception, 1 clearance, 4 recoveries, and 1 out of 1 dribble completed. I'm telling you, he wasn't too much on the ball. He was sensational defensively, and he still gets the goal. Even though his role was much more defensive, and he needed to adjust his game to being more defensive, even though he wanted to be on the ball. You could see he wanted to get more on the ball. He was a bit frustrated, but he gets that goal. And what a finish. Oh my god, why do I have to tell you this? Jude Bellingham in big games. He's Undertaker. He's him. You hear this shit when Jude comes on or plays for England. In big tournaments. It doesn't matter if it's the 2022, the 2024, the 2026. He's there. He's always gonna be there for England. And now it's time for you, English bum fans. 50% of you, at least 50% of you, told me, Jude isn't even going to the World Cup. Jude should stay home. Jude is too arrogant. We have Eze, we have Palmer, we have Foden, we have Morgan Rogers, my brother. The best midfielder in the world is starting for you. And it is not Rice, it is not Elliot Anderson, and it's none of those midfielders I have mentioned. It is Jude Bellingham. And Pedri, pick up that phone, bro. Pick up that phone, because Jude Bellingham is calling your ass. He's calling your ass how to do it in the World Cup. You played against Cape Verde, he played against Croatia. The people who finished second and third, bro. I don't want to hear it. Jude is up right now, and I'm gonna ride the wave. Okay. I'm not riding shit, okay? I'm just, okay. You know what I mean. Let's get back into it. Yeah, let's get back to glazing Jude. Standing ovation by the whole stadium. Do you know how big that stadium is? Respect by the whole stadium in Dallas as Jude Bellingham is subbed out, appreciating greatness. Even the Croatia fans were like, you know why? When people score goals, assist goals, this and that, fair enough. But when people have all-around performances, that's when people clap them. When they do their defensive work, when they do their, dirty work, when they make that extra run, when they do those recoveries, when he scored that goal. Everything comes in as a package with Jude Bellingham in this game, and he was sensational. And I have to say, first half of England, I'm not gonna be, sugarcoating it. I think Croatia were actually better. They were more clinical. Even though England had more of the ball, I'm pretty sure England still had more of the ball. They didn't. See? I knew something was like... It just seemed so close, and England were more, I would say prominent with their chances, because like 1.3 expected goals, like Kane had to retake the penalty. So your eyes are more focused on England. But if you look at the first half, like they were so clinical. 2 shots on target, both of the teams scoring 2 goals. But Croatia, those goals they scored, they were just way, way more quality. And I have to say, that second goal when Perisic, like, with the header, brings it down to Musa. By the way, Musa, if you didn't know, of course, I have watched Musa many, many times before. But he plays for Dallas, this is the Dallas Stadium. And he has played, you know, in Slavia Prague and in Slovan Liberec, which is, of course, the Czech teams. I think he has, like, a lot ahead of him. I think he can do great in this World Cup. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Luka Modric, broski. You're still an icon. I love you. This game wasn't the greatest, but come on, man. Luka Modric, he deserves no hate. That brother is running on his last legs. I just wanted to mention Luka Modric. You know, I don't want to slander him too much. He did, you know, get England the penalty, but Madueke went for it really, really well, I thought. But I'm just gonna say this, yeah. First half, defensively, unconvincing. The attack could have done way better. Anthony Mother Bum Ass Fucking Gordon. Oh my god.
Father, this guy stinks!
Guys.
The fries in the bag.
What 80 million?
The fries in the bag.
Put the fries in the bag. 80 mil! This guy stinks! Oh my god. Anthony Gordon, they bought you for 80 million when they could have had Rashford for 30 million who comes off the bench and scores. Oh my god. Rashford did more in 20 minutes than you did in 72. No. Marcus Rashford, Ashford, is better than Gordon, but Anthony Gordon cost you 80 million. Hey, the pressing forward, what a game for him. Okay, guys, let's analyze before we get, you know, into the nitty gritty. Accurate passes, 9 out of 11. Wow, guys. Oh my god. Block shots, 1. Shots on target, 1. By the way, that shot, ass. From like 2 centimeters, buddy. Big chances missed, 1. 17 touches in 72 minutes as a winger is genuine dirt. As Football Matrix would say, dirt. But second half, other than Anthony Gordon, I have to say, bro, the selection of Tuchel is looking more and more convincing. And I'm going to tell you something. Madueke looks great. Kane looks sensational. Jude Bellingham, Anderson, and Rice all looked sensational in that second half when they finally figured out who's the main man, which is Jude Bellingham, and who should they pass the ball to, Jude Bellingham or Harry Kane. None of this winger shit. Hey, if Jude Bellingham or Kane have the ball, they will pass it to the wingers. That's the, you know, correlation in this England team. And if the fullbacks finally get the ball, they should still be looking in the middle because Harry Kane, let me tell you something about this brother. When he gets on the ball deep, he, 99% of the time, he will not lose it or he gets fouled. He is that good with the back, you know, to the goal. Honestly, Harry Kane is sensational. I think this team can go all the way. What I seen from this team against this team, by the way, this is not a shit team. Stanisic, Bowler, Sutalo, Vuskovic, Guardiola, elite, Pasalic, Modric. Okay, maybe this is a little bit, you know, overran by England, but Perisic, Baturina, Sucic, Musa, these are bowlers. What is coming off the bench? Kovacic, Pasalic, Kramaric, Vlasic. These are bowlers. These are great footballers in the top 5 leagues. Every single one of them is playing in the top 5 leagues or is highly regarded as a talent. Honestly. And even Livakovic, I think he had some crazy saves as well. Like, honestly, I mean, England just were sensational in the second half. They pressed the life out of Croatia. And you could see the as soon as Jude Bellingham scored that third goal, England were on them. Oh my god, the press from these players. And Tuchel, I have to say, your substitutions, Morgan Rogers, Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford, came at the exact right time. Then you give, you know, the minutes off to Jude Bellingham, and then you sub off John Stones to not risk anything, and then put in Mark Gahey. I'm gonna say Thomas Tuchel did a perfect job of changing the system in the second half to accommodate every single mistake that England did in the first half. Yes, Croatia had chances in the second half as well, but that's what's gonna happen against these elite teams. This is already putting England in my top 3, top 2 bracket in the World Cup. Honestly, they played such an amazing style of football in the second half. Fast, you know, they didn't held off. They weren't passing back. They were pressing. and the substitutions weren't too off pace. I would even say Rashford was better than Gordon, genuinely. Rashford with the goal, taking it quickly. He was finding space way more in on that left-hand side. Some great passing play as well, and I have to say Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham as a partnership. People are telling me they don't like them. England, they don't fit the system too much together because Harry Kane drops so deep. It actually fits the system perfectly. Jude Bellingham now and Harry Kane have figured out that if Kane drops in deeper, Jude Bellingham doesn't have to be running as a number 9. He doesn't have to do that because when England does that and Harry Kane drops in deep, he puts it to the wingers, he puts it to the midfielders, and then they both have time to still run in there. And if Jude Bellingham needs to do some box crashing, we know what he can do. We know what he can do. One last thing I want to say. Never disrespect Jude Bellingham at the World Cup. Never disrespect him for England, and never disrespect Real Madrid players on the biggest of stages. Everybody's eating. I hope they will keep eating. And Barca dogs, where are you? Where are you? Where genuinely are you? Where are the Jude haters? I need this in my veins, bro. The second game, Jude, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be glazing you even more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.